The Americans keeping supervising judge Mark Cheek busy there in the corner, making sure the spread jump is set perfectly. And we put away the measuring stick, and we see Paul Hinchley give the thank you, USA, for pointing that out to us. We were just testing you. And if you're, while you're at it, USA, could you order a couple of clouds up for us in the main arena here? We would all be happy. George Mariakis will get right on that directly. Those Brits out there will understand what I mean by that. Especially if you're from Cornwall. To start us off here in the 650 division, this is Jorge Pires from Portugal and Sal. And I think Sal is hoping for a little cloud as well. It is hot out here for these dogs. They have been in the shade, but then out in the sun they go. We love the sun, but it can bring a little extra heat here in the afternoon. $59.21, that was Jorge Pires and Sal to start us off here in the 650 division. And whoever ordered the clouds, thank you very much. From Belgium, we see Kelly Cleanwork and her border collie, Lais. $39.69 the time for Kelly Cleanwear and Lais. From San Marino, this will be Gianluca Torenzi and Tango. And right to the finish goes Gianluca Terenzi in Tango. USA, USA. This must mean that we have Lori Michaels and Soleil on the line from USA, UC, USA, États-Unis. We see a down dog walk miss, unfortunately, early on here in the 650 division for our Biathlon Agility. And that was Lori Michaels and Soleil. And also from the USA, we have Fix and Vanessa Mortarino, sounding a bit Italian. And Vanessa Mortarino and Fix, 37.18 the time. So early on in this very hotly contended 650 height, American Vanessa Mortarino and Fix with a clean round. Sporting the yellow Slovenian shirt with a Slovenia on the back is Nusa Peknik and Ling. And they're running for the fun of it now. A little mistake on course. And nice effort, 35.45 the time for Nusa Peknik and Ling.
But an off course. Here we go.
Earning many ribbons so far, this dog and handler, Sylvia Turkman and Bai from Slovenia. And a surprising finish for Sylvia Turkman and Bai. A nice effort, but Bai said, bye-bye, I think that is the finish jump. Nice effort. We know that Sylvia Turkman already has won many rosettes and will most likely be on the podium in some fashion. Up next from Germany will be Berit Kittel and Juice from Deutschland, Germania. Nice finish for Garrett from Germany and Juice. And another one of our Swedish wild card competitors here at the 2014 WAO. This will be Annika Aller and Jin. And the standard course time for this division is 40 seconds to avoid any time faults. The time should be faster than 40 seconds or maybe 40.00. We'll do it as well. Meanwhile on course with her Belgian Malinois, this is Swedish Annika Aller representing the wild cards. And again, we will see a Russian competitor up next, Russia, a border collie named Billy. This is Elena Krasnopevtseva. And we saw with a time of 3:04.38, Elena Krasnopevtseva finishing up with Billy. From Australia on course now is Natalie Kirkwood and Dandy. Our handler is from Australia and the dog from the USA, USA. And a nice job with a borrowed dog.
Luca Orsi in pre-ring. Luca Orsi in pre-ring.
With their lovely Canadian cheer. Now on course is Ainsley Skies and Vibe from Canada. 35.06, the time for the Canadian favorite. That is the time to beat now with a clear round. That was Ainsley Skies and Vibe. But many more dogs in the 650 division. We have a total of 36 plus a dog in season, or 2 dogs in season. On course now is Sylvia Turkman and her border collie Boo from Slovenia. .37. Now that becomes the time to beat Sylvia Turkman and Boo. So we have a new time to beat, 34.37, just posted by Sylvia Turkman and Boo, one of our past podium members, represented now as a wild card. This is Antonio Molina Aragones and Lee. Antonio giving some encouragements in the weave poles through that open tunnel over the double. Pretty tight out of 16 and on to the seesaw. That's right, laughing all the way to the bank. 36.08, the time for Antonio Molina Aragones and Lee. Well, we know what all the whooping is about. It's because someone from England is up. This will be Roger Teasdale and Jingo. .34 for Roger Teasdale and Jingo. Nicely done. He now has the time to beat by 300ths of a second. From Japan, Yaponi, Nippon. This is Masanori Sakamoto and Oscar. And 39.77 with one fault, Masanori Sakamoto and Oscar. From our wonderful host country of Italy, Italia, up next will be Luca Orsi and Mago. Luca Orsi on course, making it look easy here with those long legs. 45.17 the time. That was Luca Orsi and Mago. From Northern Ireland, this is going to be Louise McClurg and Inca. And with one bar down, this is Louise McClurg. With a nice time of 35.30, the time to beat. The best time so far is 34.34 by Roger Teasdale from England. From the U.S., this is Melanie Miller and Integrity from USA. Makes that down dog walk contact through the two red tunnels. Nice front cross. And let's hear it for Melanie Miller and Integrity. A nice time, but missing one obstacle along the way. Coming to say hello. Hello, hello. Up next from England is Nicola, Garrett and Kayos. And being a little more than halfway through this, Kayos and Nicola Garrett on course. The time to beat still, 34.34. That is an English time. 35.58 is the time for Kayos and Nicola Garrett, and a clean round. The Tiki-Taki Birds are singing in the corner for their Belgian friends. To take the stage now is David Vannieuwkerke and Viper. .34.34, the time to beat. 35.40 and 1 fault for David Vannieuwkerke and Viper. And up next from USA, this will be Dudley, Fontaine, and Jack from the USA. .34, the best time so far. Roger Teasdale from England with that time. And a nice effort and a good time of 34.50 for Dudley, Fontaine and Jack. Sporting the red shirt with a white piping of the wild card members of this competition. Clearly from Nederland, this will be Bianca Sanstra, one of our wild cards. This is Zibit Zira and Bianca Sanstra. And unfortunately, a bar down in the corner will earn 5 faults on course for Bianca Sanstra. And Zibit Zira, one of our wild card members from Tiki Taki Land. Up online, waiting to go from Argentina will be Roy Ayuk, a border collie, and Nicole Manes. Nice down on the dog walk for Roy Aru. Carefully turning to the wheat poles. This is dog number 24 out of 36 plus 2. We see a bar down in the corner. That has been a popular one to fall down. And that was Nicola Manes and Roy Aru. With 2 people banging the drum for Denmark. On course now, we will see Sanne Ametsbøl and Boss. And I think there might be a pole down on the field. And there is. One of the bricks was just a little bit out of line. Boy, we have some sharp fans out there. Thank you very much. We all thank you for that. Now we will start Sanne Ametsbøl and Boss from Denmark. Best time so far, 34.34. Roger Teasdale currently with that time. 35.9 will do it for Boss. And Sanne Ametsbøl. I don't think we're in England, but they're cheering like we are. And here comes one of our English team members now. This is Sean Hunt and Fix. That's with a PH. Will one Brit take over the other? We will see. 34.34 is the current best time. Roger Teasdale holding that position right now, also from England. Will Sean Hunt, his teammate, overtake him? And with a time of 33.54, two Brits in the top. Sean Hunt with the fastest time, and Roger Teasdale with about 2/10, I should say, almost a second behind. Number 1 and number 2, both from England right now, but we do have about 10 more dogs in this 650 division. And of course, this is in succession we are running, so the best dogs in the jumpers class that we had earlier are still to come. So the times are bound to drop. One of our many talented Russians now from Russia. This is Skippy and Svetlana Tumanova. Slightly shorter legs than our British competitor that we just saw, so she's going to try to keep up the speed of her dog. Nice and efficient work to the seesaw. 36.38 for Svetlana and Tumanova and Skippy. And Svetlana Tumanova did have one fault on course. Next up here is Anne-Catherine Letelier and Iaro from France, Frankrike, French. Getting way ahead to approach the chute. Tight around 10. Just about gets that seesaw down. 37.22 for Anne-Catherine Letelier and Iaro. One of our talented Russians about to take the stage again from Russia. This is Evgenia Grishina and Alta. And our course is clear and ready to rock and roll. From Russia, Evgenia Grishina and Alta. Carefully into that contact zone. One of our top placements in the jumpers part of the biathlon. And we see a missed contact, unfortunately. It's a balance between accuracy and speed when you add two course times together. You want to be fast and accurate, pushing just the right amount. 35.31, a nice time, but one fault on course. Best time so far, Sean Hunt, 33.54, the time to beat with 8 more dogs, plus 2 in season to run in this 650 category. We do save the best for last. The dogs that placed highest in the jumpers, of course, about to take the stage. From Wales, Garrett. This is Stuart Harms and Tog. And we see a fault on course here for Stewart and Tog. .39.98 the time, a little bobble on course. You saw on the spread jump the pole go down. They are not considered part of the obstacle, so if that is knocked down, it is only for the visual for the dog to show them where they need to enter and exit. They cannot enter and exit at a slice. They do need to enter from the start and finish between the poles. And the judge gets a little extra peek by having those poles there. On course now from France, Frankrike, France. This is Thierry Amoureux and Itak. And we see a call for the down of the dog walk. And some fancy leg work, 34.57, a beautiful time with one fault for Thierry Amoureux and Itak. 'Just as a reminder, as we have our last 5 dogs in the 650 division, with 2 to come in the best in show category, so to speak. The time to beat still remains 33.54. One of our wild card competitors on course now. This is Iban Cubedo Alcazar and Aslan. .33.54, and it's 33.97 and a clean round. Will that be enough, combined with a jumper's course, to put him ahead of Sean Hunt? I don't know. Someone with a calculator and some knowledge may know that. 4 more dogs until we get our dogs who are in season. From Scotland on course now is Alan Short and Bruce with a fault on course. And that was Alan Short from Scotland and Bruce. From Finland, one of their top competitors indeed. From Finland, Finlandia, Suomi. Up next will be Lina and Ray. Lina with her big border collie Ray in this 650 division. One of the top dogs in our jumpers biathlon course. .33.54 is still the fastest time on this particular course. Will Lina be our biathlon world champion in the 650? With a time of 34.91, perhaps she will. Wonderful clean round and fast as well. She knew she had to keep it clean and fast. We are sure to see Lina on the podium later on this afternoon with a medal around her neck. From Sweden, Sverige, this is Isabel Emanuelsson and Noah. And we've seen that fault a couple of times run by on the second obstacle at that very challenging angle. A couple of dogs have thought that perhaps the dog walk was next. All it takes is one split second of disconnect between dog and handlers at this amazing speed on these courses. An aptly made challenge by our judge, Nils Lindqvist. So two Swedes on the course, perhaps three. The dog is Swedish as well. That was Isabel Emanuelsson. From the Netherlands, Paiba, this is Peter Sporenberg and Clive. .33.54 is still the fastest time on this particular course. For the world champion, we'll add the jumper's time and see who will be our 2014 biathlon champion. And a nice effort, 33.70. And it could be, if we add it all together, that maybe Lina is our gold medal champion. We will let you know that later when we come to the podium. Meanwhile, we're going to have 2 dogs in season in the 650 class, and we will see them run now. And our first dog in season from Denmark, this is Helle Skovgaard and Visna. And last but not least, another one of our major contenders for the podium here in this hotly contended biathlon competition in the 650 category from Canada. This is Susan Garrett and Feature. Perhaps Susan will be on the podium this afternoon. Fastest time on this particular course, Sean Hunt from England, and time of 33.54. Nicely through the chute over the double. Tight from 10-2, the seesaw. Bam, down goes the seesaw. And tight to the finish, 33 flat. So Susan Garrett makes it look so smooth and easy. And the fastest time so far by half a second. It looked so smooth, no way to tell that it's so efficient and so fast. So winning that agility biathlon course we saw just now, Susan Garrett. Of course, we will add the times together from the jumpers run in the biathlon to see who will be our world champion. So Susan Garrett, the winner of our agility part of our biathlon. Congratulations to her. We will be giving you your rosette in just a few minutes as we finish up this part of the biathlon. We will have our prizes directly following this competition. We are setting the jumps to the 400 height. Actually, we'll be setting to the 525 height. We do have 4 dogs in season in this category. And we've had quite a bit of exciting competition right to the end. The last dog in the 650 class had the fastest time. That was Susan Garrett with a time of 33 flat. That is an amazing time as indeed. And for these 525 dogs, you remember we had quite a few of them compete so far. The best time so far in the 525 division is 33.78. Karen Marriott and her dog with that time from England. So as we get our mat ready for Mary Ellen Barry, I should say for Maisie, her dog, from the USA, USA. Fastest time so far, 33.78. That's Karen Marriott and England, from England with Puzzle. .78 is the fastest time so far in this 525 division. And we see a bar down, unfortunately, but a nice time for Mary Ellen Barry and Maisie. Good girl, Maisie. And one American after the other here. USA, 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 USA. And the American fans go wild for Dave Grubel and his Australian Shepherd. This is Boca. Boca has a lot to say, wondering what the man in blue is doing in front of the jump. And there goes the man in blue, ready for action here. Dave making sure that Boca gets that number 2 jump. .33.78, the time to beat. Up and over that A-frame smoothly. And 33.54. That is the fastest time so far on this course. Congratulations to Dave Grubel from USA. For Norway, Norvegia, this is a Nova Scotia duck-tolling retriever. This is Görel, Risan, and Artemis. That was Görel Risan and Artemis from Norge, 45.80 the time, and one more dog in season in this 525 category. Our last dog to go here in this 525 category, dog in season, best in show as they say. This is Israel Fernandez and Laia from Spain, España.
Yeah. Go, 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 go.
And 36.30 the time. So the winner of this agility biathlon class, Dave Grubel and Boca with a time of 33.78 for the 5.25s. Congratulations to Dave Grubel. We saved the best for next to last here in this class. We have one more dog for this course in the 400 division. From Sweden, Sverige, talar du svenska?
Yeah, she knows her languages. Well, yeah. She is an ex-Swede. Yeah, she's imported. Ja, ik heb echt iets van. Wat is het? Waarom doe je dat schreeuwen? Zodat die mensen niet schreeuwen. Ja, dat is wel. Wat gingen ze nou eigenlijk? Shit. Ja, toen ging ik achter de dingen toe en begon ze kaart te lachen.
And it looks like our jumps are set to the 400 height. For all our spectators out there, immediately following this class, we will be starting to give prizes for this morning's classes in the Rosette category. And then the most exciting part of this whole weekend, we will be crowning our new world champions for 2014 in WAO, WAO Agility.
Anna zegt wat WAO bij ons betekent. Ik zeg, dat is duur. We hebben toen wel mensen uitleggen dat we niet naar iets raars gaan, maar dat
And with a really nice Swedish tail, this is Gillans and Johanna from Sweden, Sverige. This is a Shetland sheepdog with a Swedish tail. Hoppa, hoppa, right to the end, a time of 35.63. Nicely done by our Swede. That concludes this class, and we will be taking a few moments to organize ourselves, and then we will be having our rosettes for this morning's classes, as well as our podium championship, who will be our world champion for 2014. So come on back in a couple of minutes. Perhaps we'll have a little music